Our frequencies, everyone. Coming in to kind of talk about the energy right now, as we've been in this Lionsgate portal since the 26th of July, and some say either today or tomorrow will be the closing or the ending of the Lionsgate energy portal. For those who may not be familiar with the Lionsgate energy portal, or you've read different things of what it's supposed to have go on, let's just really look inside. And so for me, the Lionsgate portal started out with me coming out of being sick. I had been sick the week before the Lionsgate portal hit on the 26th. And when the 26th hit, that was actually a Monday, that's actually when I started to feel better. I came out, I started to, because I was sick, had some form of the flu, COVID, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But came out of it like on the 26th, which was the Monday. I felt better. I was able to get out and about that week. And then my dreams started to get extremely heightened. My intuition was sharpened. My energy levels increased. Instead of being sluggish, laying around, not really wanting to do much, I was really up and moving and ready for, whatever the day had in store. So those were some things that I noticed. In particular, August the 5th, which felt like the height for me, I guess because it was so close to 8/8. And 8/8 is, the climax of the portal. But leading up to that Sunday, that Thursday on the 5th, I had a extremely weird dream. And if you go back, I'm trying to remember that day, what that dream was. Not quite sure. I'm gonna have to go back in dream journal and look at it on YouTube. But I had someone that called me with a nightmare. I had someone that called me. She had she wasn't feeling good. Another woman called me. She wasn't feeling good. Then I had a friend of mine tell me his daughter woke up at 5 in the morning screaming. I had another friend tell me that his girl was dreaming and they were levitating. It was just so many. I had another friend, he told me he was lucid dreaming. So it was so many different people experiencing so many different things on the night of 8/4, which was that Wednesday leading up to Thursday the 5th, so the 4th. So we were halfway, 4 days until the 8/8 portal. So that was extreme. So we can look at that, even just, the dreams and the energy that's going on. So, of course, yeah, you may be more intuitive, but because the energy is so high right now, and you may be receiving downloads, you may be receiving information. What I started to do, like on the 26th, I got crystals. I've been drawn to get more crystals and work with crystals because crystals are really powerful. They're really powerful beings of information. You can receive information from them. You can input information into them. So even though today or tomorrow the Lionsgate portal is closing, that energy is closing, we still have the energy that we can work with if we harness that energy within us of the Lionsgate portal. And utilizing the crystals and setting our intentions and talking to the crystals and asking them, along with your inner self, your highest self, your spiritual council of light, whoever that you deal with, it may be Archangel Metatron or any other archangels that you deal with. It could be symbols, it could be numbers, which are symbols, it could be letters, which are symbols, it could be sigils, whatever you work with. This is the time that you want to go in and impart that energy into those sigils, into those symbols, into those crystals, and also receive from them. So as an explanation of this, like at night, I sleep at night with particular crystals. And particular crystals, before I go to sleep, I ask them to give me various information that I want to know. You could be wanting to know about, you know, this world of this 3D realm. You may want to have more insight in a 3D realm. And so you would use particular crystals that would give you the information of what you're trying to bring forth. Also, you may want to know more higher level, more, you know, 5D and beyond intuitive downloads and information from your, you know, spiritual counsel. You may want to know more in, you know, spiritual, higher level, higher chakra information. Then you would use those crystals. When I want to know more higher level information, that's when you would go into using the phenakite. You would go into using those Lemurian crystals. You would go into using like moldavite and those other crystals that are really old, from billions of years, that hold information within them. So when you hold them or put them on your body or head in certain places, sometimes I sleep with them in my belly button or on my chest, or I tie my hair up and I stick them in my ponytail so they sit right at the crown. With that, through your dreams, you're going to receive information in your dreams, and hopefully you remember them. Even if you don't remember your dreams, you're still going to receive that information, and you may walk into it, or you may receive a spark in it in this waking state, or you can sit in meditation once you wake up and ask for that information to come back to your remembrance. So all of these things are things that I feel we need to work with and we need to do. Now, aside from the crystals, also during this time, I really feel like we, especially women, we are very tapped in, you know, emotionally as mothers. We're just that yimiya, that Aset. We are that watery female energy just by nature. It's just who we are. We're feminine energy if we haven't tapped too far into the masculine. But naturally, we're just nurturers. And we are the portal. We are the portal. We're portals. Anyway, we give life. We bring in life from other realms, right? So we are already in touch with higher consciousness. We're already in touch with different dimensions and different realms, because we are portal to bring forth through that life from other dimensions and other realms. Some people call them ancestors, some people call them, you know, starseeds or whatever, but we are portals to bring forth those lives into this realm to move forward the mission. So being that we're already these portals, when we tap into utilizing psychedelic medicine, and that's things such as psilocybin mushrooms, psilocybin cubensis, you may want to use dimethyltryptamine, you may use what other call the toad, whatever or ayahuasca, whatever it is. I think women really at this time, we should tap into those psychedelics to get a higher understanding of the spiritual gifts that we've been endowed with in this reality, as well as tap into other spiritual powers that we can receive and call and bring forth to us that we can work with at this time. And I'm talking to myself as well. And so for me, yes, coming up for me to go on another experience, another medicinal experience, in order to tap into more higher states of awareness and bring that information and bring those powers and that deep intuitive guidance back into myself on what needs to happen moving forward, as this physical vessel is a part of this 3D reality. And also knowing what to do and how to move with this spiritual body tapped into higher realms and higher consciousness and higher states, and how to learn how to manipulate and work with the elements here, and how to work with the higher chakras to bring forth more higher frequency, not just with yourself, but in this reality. Because, you know, we're moving into a whole nother, we're shifting into a whole nother, what I would call it, a whole nother reality or dimension of thought. We can manipulate and change and allow, how can I put this? Okay, we can manipulate, we can change that thought, because everything here that we are experiencing is a thought. Everything is a thought. Everything. The virus, the jab, everything, the changing of the earth, everything is a thought. Not saying that it's your thought. Okay, don't get that confused. Not saying that it's your thought, but it is a collective thought that comes from somewhere and something, or some group. We have access to change the thought. We have access to go in and tap in as women. Men, you all can do that too if you're tapped in and you're balanced with your masculine and feminine energy. But really, women, I'm really talking to women because we're portals. We're walking portals. All right. So we are even more heightened during a 8-8 portal or 11-11 portal or a 7-7 portal. You know, all of these synchronicities of these numbers, we're even more heightened when these portals are opened and awakened, because we are a portal. So it's like a portal, and a portal that's heightened, that energy is even more potent. So what we want to do is rearrange and change the thought, not succumb to what the thought is right now. All right. So I know a lot of people are trapped in the mindset of what's going on, but I need you all to pull away from that. Know that it is there. All right. But I need you to pull away from that thought and create a thought. Create the thought that you want to be manifested in this reality. All right. So no matter what book, the Bible, or whatever you read, you'll see that everything starts with the mind. Everything is mental. Even the hermeticism and even the universal laws, you know, it starts in hermeticism, like talking about the thought. Everything is mental. Everything starts in the mind. So as a portal, being that our womb is a mind, right? That's a portal, which is a mind of creation. Then we have the mental, which is another physical mind. Then we're able to tap into higher states of consciousness in other dimensions, which is also a mind. So as women, we have a trinity mind that we can say here. And we have more. But within that space, we can look at our womb as a mind. We can look at this, our pineal gland here, our third eye, which we create with, and we create our outside world, our physical world with, as well as other realms. And then you have, you know, other states of consciousness, which is also a mind that you can tap into and get information from. So we can look at that as women as tapping into that deeper. And if you're someone who it's hard for you to, you know, sit in meditation, or you don't dream, you don't have visions, you can't tap in. That's why no matter what, even if you can, I still say you need to tap in deeper if you really want to change this reality of mandates and, you know, how we live in this 3D reality. You have to tap in harder and deeper. And that comes with taking a psychedelic experience and seeing everything that's going on, but also being able to channel in information, bring them information, you bring it into these portals, and then you can manipulate energy. We can manipulate this. We can change this. Even with the dream, the battle of the gods, we have access to change how technology is used. We have access through our portals through our portals to change the way this 3D reality goes. All right? And we can bring the higher states of consciousness into this 3D reality. Another thing that was given to me is that we need to work in groups in meditation on one thought. All right? One thought. So whatever that one thought is, for us right now, it is bringing down those groups of individuals that seek to control the way that we live, to control the way that we can feed ourselves, to control our bodies, and to control our minds. Right now, the thought has to be to bring that down, but to usher in a new thought of prosperity, of abundance, that the earth already comes with, that we can live within that freely, that we can live within this world freely, where we can go outside and eat fruit free, right? Where we can drive around and we can move and walk and live in our house free. That this world and this earth and this realm that we live in this 3D reality, we shouldn't have to pay for. So that if you can, even if it's just three people or more, and you all can sit in meditation or just in silence. If you're not a meditator, just sit in silence and just focus on that thought. This is the way that we bring these systems down. If you're someone who indulges on cannabis, smoke cannabis and focus on that thought. All right. So women especially, let's tap in. We can change the reality. Let's stop sharing and posting information that heightens their thought, and only share and post information that is heightening and that is pushing the thought that we're bringing in. We have the power to change the movement and the destiny of this realm in this world, because there are multiple existences and multiple worlds. But the 3D world right now is what we're talking about. We're working on changing that, because we know there are people in this world right now, in this 3D reality, that aren't aware as we are, that don't have the consciousness awareness that we do. So since they don't, we have to work on their behalf as well as ours. All right. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. Peace, and keep your high frequency.